never, ever, ever stop being you, and never let yourself be stripped of your passion, because the love and the ideas you have for the things you write and the words you say should flow everlasting.
Within each group, the writing leader's responsibilities are to motivate these students to write, motivate them to share within the group, just let them know that they have a voice, and kind of hope that by them discovering their own voice, they can take it into the community and start action. This summer we had about 2 to 4 writing leaders in each group, and within each group there was about 12 students. These students got to know who we were personally, and we got to know who they were personally as well.
I think it's really important for me as a teacher to see students in an environment where they feel successful without the pressures of I'm being graded on this, I'm being measured by this ruler.
A lot of times when kids are in school, they really, fear their teachers sometimes.
In schools, they'll tell you, we're going to do a creative piece, write 5 to 10 pages, and if it doesn't fit the mold your teacher thinks it should, it's wrong, or it doesn't get graded right. But here, it's like, these kids support each other, and we support them in everything that they do.
The great thing about Bread Loaf is that really it's more of a democratic classroom, and by democratic classroom I mean that they give the power to writing leaders who aren't necessarily teachers, who are students ourselves. And we get in the classroom with the students, we take a seat with them, we write with them. They teach us, we teach them. We do not dictate any work. It's kind of a community.
Students are able to just have a conversation with you, feel comfortable with, talking to you about anything, and you not be that, authority figure, but you be on the same playing field as them.
Having them the same age, having them come from the same community is huge, because they see that, hey, they came from exactly where I came from, and they're not that much older than me. I can be just like them. I can be a writing leader. I can help the community. I can be as smart as they are. I can go to college. I can go to high school. I can.
In terms of confidence and in terms of feeling like they have something important to add to the conversation of the community as overall, I think it's very important.
I remember just sitting down, and it was time for everyone to share after the prompt, and I'm just like, oh my God, are they going to share? Like, what's going to happen? What are they going to say? And I'm sitting down, and one by one they go, and I was just floored, absolutely floored, that these kids can just take 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and just write pieces that I'm like, wow.
I remember my first day of Bread Loaf, writing a poem, and them asking me to go up and share this poem in front of 100 students, and just doing that the first time and having them appreciate all my words and see them use the same kind of words and the same sentences in their poems, meaning that I was a leader to them. That was probably one of the biggest things that I've ever got from Bread Loaf.
Coming here and sitting down and seeing what these kids can write, I'm like, wait, they know it. They get it. They may not get it through the structure that the school system's giving them, but they get it. They do it every day, and it's not even like you have to force them to or explain it to them. They just do it naturally. So being here, I feel like I can go into a classroom and just be like, I know their potential. I'll never undermine a student thinking that they're not good enough.
Writing is fun. It doesn't have to be about an essay. It doesn't necessarily have to be about a writing prompt. It can be whatever you want it to be.
There's something for everyone in the program, and as a writing leader, you just have to find what is going to attract what student. You always find something in the program that fits the need, to that specific child. Whether it's writing and reciting, whether it's dance, whether it's art, photography.
I've seen growth from students who probably would never raise their hand or volunteer to voice their opinion or say something that they thought or share a piece that they've written before they came to this program, and then you see them 2 or 3 years later, and they're always contributing, they're always writing, they're always sharing something.
Community is something that we definitely take pride in.
Having be kind as the driving force behind everything we do, being respectful to each other, genuinely wanting to hear what somebody else has to say, I think that's the biggest. the biggest piece.
This summer, our focus was to create programs that they can bring back to their communities that are similar to Bread Loaf, that would last all year round. And these students came up with their own ideas, and we were just kind of there to support them.
I think having the capacity to run programs like this and to influence and impact a child's life is very important, and that's what Bread Loaf strives to do.
To open their eyes to what opportunities there are. You can go somewhere else, learn something new, and then take that and bring it back to where you're from and help that, make that place a better place.
With Bread Loaf, I've been able to take what I've been doing in Lawrence, Massachusetts, and Andover, Massachusetts, and bring it to New Orleans. I went to New Orleans 2 years ago, helped them start a Bread Loaf program there with the teachings and the resources that I've learned here at Andover. I'm taking my teachings to Mumbai, India with me tomorrow, and I'll be doing Bread Loaf workshops with the students in Mumbai, India.
In another summer program, it's you can leave and be okay with the fact that you're leaving. But when you come to Bread Loaf, by the last day, kids are crying.
Bread Loaf has changed my life in so many ways because, you know, since I was in the 5th grade, this is the program that I've stuck with for my entire life.
The 3 weeks of my first year of Bread Loaf, I feel like, sparked a change in my personality that led me down a path that I might not have taken otherwise.
My best Bread Loaf memory would have to be when an art teacher came my first year of Bread Loaf, and she did this crazy art project. I got to make my best friend's bedroom, who at the time passed away, and that was one of the fondest memories that I had because we were always in his room just playing games and whatever. And she ended up doing one about her brother who passed away as well. Being able to connect with her on that level and seeing that she did about the same thing just kind of hit home for me. It was nice that I was able to just vent that way. It made it look like it's okay to share your feelings because she did so as well. So as soon as she shared her piece, I was up there just sharing my piece. I was like, you know what, she did it. I can definitely do it.
Let's break bread.
Let's break bread.
Let's break bread.
Greater things are yet to come. Greater things are still to be done in this city.